You might be sitting on a small fortune right now and have absolutely no idea. Somewhere in a cupboard, on a shelf, or packed away in a box from a house clearance, there are old vases that look like nothing in particular. Pieces that nobody wants to display, that look dated, occasionally even ugly by modern standards. And some of them are worth hundreds, thousands, or in the rarest cases, tens of thousands of pounds. The difference between someone who knows and someone who doesn't is what this video is entirely about. Starting with number 10. Number 10. Clarice Cliff Art Deco Vases in bold geometric patterns. A vase with bright, clashing colors in geometric patterns from the 1920s and 1930s looks garish and dated to modern eyes. The colors are often orange, yellow, and purple combinations that don't match contemporary interior design sensibility. The patterns are bold and slightly uneven in application, which is exactly why these vases end up in charity shops and car boot sales priced at $2 or $3. What the uninformed eye misses is that Clarice Cliff is one of the most collected British ceramic artists of the 20th century. Collectors specifically search for pieces in bold, clashing color combinations because that's what Cliff was known for. A Clarice Cliff vase in a named pattern with maker's marks in good condition can sell for $300 to $2,500 at auction, depending on the pattern, rarity, and size. The garish aesthetic that makes it look like bad taste is the exact quality that makes it historically valuable. Number 9. Troika pottery vases from Cornwall. Troika made chunky, abstract, geometrically textured vases in the 1960s and 1970s. They look heavy, rough, and deliberately unfashionable by contemporary standards. The glazes are often muted earth tones. The surface is textured in a way that seems crude rather than artistic, which is why these vases end up unwanted and donated to charity. What most people don't realize is that Troika pottery, particularly pieces with clear maker's marks and from specific production periods, is actively collected as British studio pottery. A Troika vase with clear factory marks and artist's monogram in good condition can sell for $150 to $800, depending on the size and the quality of the glazework. The crude texture that makes it look unfinished is the exact quality that makes it valuable as handcrafted design. Number 8. Shelley luster vases with iridescent finish. Shelley produced vases with luster glazes that create an iridescent, metallic sheen. The effect is subtle and sometimes hard to see. The vases look fragile and slightly dated. The colors are muted and don't photograph well, which is why these vases get left on shelves unworn and rarely shown. What most people don't realize is that luster glazing is a specific and technically demanding ceramic technique. A Shelley luster vase with maker's marks and in good condition, where the luster finish has survived without damage, can sell for $200 to $1,200, depending on the size and quality of the glaze. The subtle, shifting color that seems invisible is the exact quality that makes it valuable. Number 7. Wedgwood black basalt vases. Wedgwood black basalt is instantly recognizable. Black unglazed porcelain with relief decoration in white or other colors. A black basalt vase looks heavy, somber, and deliberately historical rather than decorative. The black surface can look dull and dated, which is why these vases end up in cupboards, considered too dark and formal for contemporary interiors. What most people don't realize is that Wedgwood black basalt, particularly pieces from the 18th and 19th centuries with clear factory marks, is among the most collected British ceramics. A black basalt vase with maker's marks and relief decoration in good condition can sell for $200 to $1,500, depending on the age and the complexity of the relief work. The somber aesthetic that makes it look dated is the exact quality that makes it historically significant. Number 6. Pool pottery vases in abstract designs. Pool pottery made vases with abstract, hand-painted designs from the 1950s through 1970s. The patterns are often geometric or organic in ways that look chaotic rather than intentional. The colors can be bold or muted depending on the period. The overall effect is often abstract in a way that seems more accidental than artistic, which is why these vases get left unworn. What most people don't realize is that pool pottery, particularly pieces with artist signatures and from specific pattern series, is actively collected as British design history. A pool pottery vase with artist's signature and maker's marks in good condition can sell for $150 to $700, depending on the size and the artist. The chaotic, abstract quality is the exact thing that makes it valuable as mid-century design. Before we continue, if this is already making you think about vases in your possession, subscribe now. The next video covers exactly how to identify valuable pottery makers' marks and artist signatures without specialist knowledge. That information could be worth hundreds to you. Number 5. Staffordshire pottery vases with applied relief decoration. Staffordshire manufacturers produced vases with applied relief work, dimensional shapes and figures created in clay and attached to the surface. A vase with three-dimensional figures or relief work looks ornate and overly decorated by contemporary standards. The execution is often rough and slightly uneven, which is why these vases get relegated to the back of shelves. What most people don't realize is that vases with applied relief work from documented makers, particularly those with maker's marks, are specifically collected. An 18th or 19th century Staffordshire vase with applied relief decoration and clear maker's mark in good condition can sell for $300 to $2,000, depending on the complexity of the work and the maker. The rough, overly ornamental quality is the exact detail that makes it valuable as handcrafted ceramic. Number 4. Crown Devon vases with hand-painted scenes. Crown Devon produced vases with hand-painted landscape scenes or floral decoration from the late 19th through 20th centuries. The painting is sometimes uneven, faded from age. The scenes look slightly naive or amateurish by contemporary standards, which is why these vases get left unworn. What most people don't realize is that Crown Devon hand-painted pieces, particularly those with clear pattern names and maker's marks, are actively collected. A Crown Devon vase with hand-painted scene and maker's marks in good condition can sell for $150 to $800, depending on the scene and the quality of the painting. The naive, amateurish quality of the hand painting is the exact thing that makes it authentic and valuable. Number 3. Japanese Imari porcelain vases sold through British retailers. Japanese Imari porcelain vases were imported extensively into Britain and sold through high-end retailers. The decoration is dense with intricate patterns in blue, red, and gold. The overall effect can look busy and overwhelming to contemporary eyes. The colors sometimes seem clashing or the patterns chaotic, which is why these vases get left on shelves considered too ornate. What most people don't realize is that Imari porcelain vases, particularly those with clear Japanese maker's marks and from specific production periods, are actively collected by specialists worldwide. An Imari vase with quality decoration and clear factory marks in good condition can sell for $400 to $3,000, depending on the quality and the age. The dense, busy aesthetic that seems overwhelming is the exact quality that makes it valuable as Japanese design export. Number 2. Moorcroft hand-painted vases. Moorcroft is a British pottery known for hand-painted vases with floral or natural designs in rich colors. The vases look precious and fragile. The hand painting is sometimes slightly uneven. The colors are often dark and muted, which is why these vases get stored away carefully and rarely shown. What most people don't realize is that Moorcroft hand-painted pieces, particularly those with artist signatures and from documented production periods, are among the most collected British studio pottery. A Moorcroft vase with artist's signature and maker's marks in good condition can sell for $500 to $5,000, depending on the size, the artist, and the pattern. The slightly uneven hand painting that makes it look imperfect is the exact quality that makes it valuable as handcrafted work. Number 1. Vases with clear maker's marks, named patterns, and artist signatures from any period. A vase with a visible factory mark on the base, a named pattern or series number, and particularly an artist's signature, is transformed from anonymous old ceramic to a documented, collectible piece. The mark is everything. It reveals the maker, the date, the production period, and the specific pattern or design. A vase that looks ugly and worthless without investigation becomes something collectors are actively searching for once the mark is identified. The difference between a vase selling for $2 at a charity shop and the same vase selling for $500 at auction is often just the clarity and recognition of the maker's mark. Nobody checks. Everyone should. But here's the one thing that connects all of these across all periods and all manufacturers. The single most reliable indicator that an old vase is worth investigating is a clear maker's mark on the base combined with a named pattern, production date, or artist signature. That mark is everything. It transforms a vase from anonymous old china to a documented piece with specific collector value. If you pick something up at a car boot sale, a charity shop, or from a relative's belongings and turn it over to see a clear factory mark and a pattern name or number, that's not a minor detail. That's the beginning of a conversation with someone who collects that pattern or that maker. That mark is your compass. The pottery industry survives because the value sits on the bottom of the vase where most people never look. They see the shape, the decoration, the color, and they make a decision based on whether it matches their interior design. They rarely turn it over to see who made it, when it was made, which pattern it is, whether it's part of a sought-after series. That's where the value actually lives. The maker, the pattern, the era, the artist signature, the rarity. Every charity shop in this country has valuable vases. Most are priced at 50p to $3 without anyone checking the base for maker's marks. Most are being assessed purely on aesthetic appeal without any research into production detail. Most are sitting right next to cheap reproduction vases with no distinction made between them. The difference between someone who walks past a valuable Clarice Cliff vase and someone who checks the base for marks could be hundreds of pounds. That difference is just the willingness to turn it over and look. Tell me in the comments if you own vases you've never investigated for maker's marks, and if you find one with a clear pattern name, factory mark, or artist signature, tell me what it says. I want to know what valuable pottery is still sitting on shelves across this country, completely unvalued by the people who own it. And if this video made you think differently about old vases, share it with someone who's clearing out a relative's home or who collects vintage pottery. That share might be the difference between something valuable ending up in a landfill and ending up where it belongs.